Welcome to River City Plus, the show after the show, and surprise! My double A energy sis is back from her world travels, bringing us back all kinds of content, information that we are going to share with you eventually. But today, we're
But
talking
today,
hot. Well, all right. So just to put it in perspective, so Jana has been on the move a little bit, and I'm actually setting up myself as well. I'm not traveling for the holidays. I got people coming to me. I think you're traveling a little bit, so we decided to have a little discussion. We had some small business entrepreneurs on the show today, and one of them had this luggage setup, and so we're like, let's talk about how we pack when we travel.
so the reason I thought this would be fun to talk about is because I think we come from two very different schools of packing. I could be going down the street and I'm going to check a bag, all right? I could be going across the hallway, I'm going to pack a bag. And you're either a bag checker or you are a carry-on only crusader. Like there's no, oh, maybe I will, no. Like I have found that in my travels, there's one of two types of people. And the last time I went on a trip before this, it was just one night and I was like, I can do this. I can just pack a carry-on. When I tell you I forgot everything, I brought nothing of value. I brought nothing of use. I didn't even have foundation. I was chiseling powder out of my compact to mix it with concealer so I could even go out. I was like, this is why I can't do this.
No, all right. So let's put that in perspective as well. All right. So
Can't
the,
do
the
it.
trip kind of came up last minute, and so you just rolled with it as best
Yeah.
you could. You are the consummate planner. Are you guys a planner when you travel and you pack? Like I do to some degree, but Jana she's packing days in advance. So this one kind of popped up last minute. So ideally, you probably could. You could if it's a super short trip. So part of my rationale is I like to think of myself as thrifty. Some people might call it cheap. I don't want to pay for a bag check unless I really have a lot of stuff to do that I need to carry. So I got, you know where I learned my lesson. I used to go Euro trip when back in the day with my daughter's mom for taking some of her students, and our tour guide, we'd be there for like 10 days, 14 days. My man had the smallest little carry-on. Granted, he is from there, but he's got the smallest carry-on. And it finally took me the second trip, like a year later. I'm like, dude, you only have that one bag. And I just noticed you wear a lot of the same outfits. And he's like, well, we're touring. So it doesn't really, I'm just here for comfort. I don't need to put on a show and all that. And so I took a page from him. So if I'm traveling, depending on where, so say I'm going to visit friends, I can do a carry-on. I pack just enough to get through a couple days. I can rewash stuff. They got a washing machine. I'm good like that. But a big trip, I get it. Check bag.
Yeah. Now, I think you do bring up a good point. I will always say, as somebody who has been, I want to see like how many people have lost their luggage in the past year. You want to take a guess?
Just in the world or where?
Uh, Mishandled by American Airlines. Just not American specifically, but American.
Airlines. Okay, and their
Yes.
hub. And so worldwide. Oh, we're talking about it's got to be at least 2 million.
1.9 million.
Look at
just
that.
just in the US had their bags mishandled last year. So I'm like, okay, pro tip for me, especially because so you and I are people of a certain size. I can't just roll into a store and buy shoes like it's a challenge. And that's happened to me before. My bag was lost and I was going for a long conference and I was like, I can't just go find things. So I will always make sure I have like a pair of shoes and outfit on me at all times just in case my bag does get lost. But yeah, when it comes to like planning, Ryan, can we pull up like this is what my packing list looks like? Okay. Again, this is how I plan for things because this way I'm like this is how I do it so that way I know like what I'm wearing. And I wanted to tell you.
Oh, she's got outfits for the day.
Well, so that way I know what I'm wearing and I'm not like, oh, what am I wearing to this? I'm like, I'm wearing this. One thing I did when I went to New York, I brought like, I want to say 4 or 5 pairs of boots. Don't do that. Take a white pair of sneakers, take a pair of like flat, cute ankle boots and get out. Like they'll go with everything. No one cares. Like you can literally go everywhere in white sneakers these days. That was the one issue, but everything else you'll be very proud of me. I wore at least once, if not twice.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yep.
And now with my carry-on, I'm with you though, because sometimes I do get in a jam and I'm like, I need multiple pairs of shoes. So If I need some dress shoes and stuff, that kind of alters how I roll with it. But typically, I wear slides on the plane. That way, easy on when they go through. You've got TSA pre-check, but that way I can just slide them off, slide them back on, slide them off, slide them back on.
If somebody's making me take off my shoes during security, like I'm coming unglued. I'm coming unglued. But don't wear boots. So like, don't wear boots like this because they will make you take them off.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I will throw money at. Take my money for TSA, take it for global entry, take it for clear, whatever's going to get me through a line faster. And inevitably, like if I'm not in one of those lines, I'm behind that person who brought like the Sam's Club size bottle of shampoo, conditioner, or they're like, what do you mean I couldn't bring a liter of Evian? And then they're like, I can't stand it. I think if you have not traveled in the past like 3 to 5 years, you need to go in a separate line. Or if you have a baby over there, sorry, love kids, love everything about them. But the travel accessories are a real challenge. Like you had a baby, you should get your own line.
Yeah, because
you made
a
human, you get your own line.
The walker.
Well, and like the formula and everything. And I feel so
Yeah.
bad for these moms who are having to take all this stuff out. I'm like, no, you made a whole human, you should get your own line. There you go. They can wand down the strollers and everything. I'm like, no.
So you just got back from your trip. What was security like moving through all of that?
It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. Let
So
me tell
be
you.
prepared.
It was a mess. Like, because people just lose their minds. Like, they don't know which way to go. Everyone's yelling. Like, TSA's just like, ma'am, you're bins and you're this. And like, no one's happy. We get it. No one's happy. So just try to like move it along. Have your ID out. Like, you know what you need. Don't go through wearing like a whole chandelier on your head. Don't be that person.
Be basic.
Yeah.
Like we had a lady on today, or a couple ladies, and we were talking about how they go through and they're just comfortable. Like I'm that dude. Since I'm coming from here, typically I'll wear shorts or whatever, but I'll wear loose pants or whatever, or a big shirt. I'll bring an extra shirt in case I get chilly on the plane. But I'm like, I could be flying an hour, but if I'm going to be on the plane for a while, comfort, charge everything. But back to the lost bags thing. Sorry, I got to go back. Do you have air tags?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say air tags in your bags. Really great way to be able to locate them because, yeah, they have like your barcodes and stuff. They will still lose your stuff. I've had someone take it was my carry-on. It wasn't even supposed to be checked. And they were like, oh, we had to check it. We ran out of space. Thank goodness I had an air tag because it got put on a different plane.
Oh, wow.
And they were like, we didn't take your bag. I'm like, you did, actually. I was busted looking that weekend because all my makeup was in there. But also, too, if they lose your stuff, they have to reimburse you. And that way you can show like, hey, yeah, you did lose my bag. My bag was in San Antonio, Texas. I was in Key West.
All right, so before I travel next time, air tags on it.
Yeah.
All right, so get air tags. Keep an outfit on you if you are checking a bag, especially if you're going. So funny thing, first Euro trip, we go to Madrid, and it's a major mess. Guess whose bag got lost? And Madrid is going through a heat wave. So we've been on a plane forever. We get there. I've already got half the plane mad at me because I was like legit the last person getting on them because I had a connector, and they're like, we're waiting for one American. So that was great. But
You should turn around and be like, kid, who?
But yeah, and then they misplaced my bag, like, oh, we'll bring it to you tonight. And it's like, we land, we've got a day, and I'm just airplane filth and then super hot and sweaty. So just be prepared. Travel season, they say this is going to be one of the most intense, largest as we come up. People are coming in this weekend, getting ready for Thanksgiving. They'll be getting out next weekend after that, going home. You've got Christmas coming up, so make sure you be prepared. Talk to your people. Communicate. Make sure you got your ride lined up. Yep.
I would say go ahead. If you are going to be traveling a lot this season, go ahead. If you can buy minis during all of the holiday sales, this is the time to do it. So minis on your skincare, minis on your makeup, and that way you just have grab-and-go travel bags so you're not winding up somewhere going, I don't have my toothbrush, I don't have my eyeliner. Go ahead, invest a little bit, have all of your toiletries and accessories in mini version, and that way you can just grab them and go when it's time for trips. Because we got Thanksgiving coming up, we got Christmas, New Year's. I know you're all going to be on the plane a lot.
Oh, yeah, and then ski season. All right, so that's a mic drop there for you. Bye. We will be back tomorrow at 10:15 for more River City Plus, and 9:30, the dream continues with River City Live.